Yeah, as you can see, I am below in one of the hallways. They're switching over the arena for the Washington Wizards tonight, so this is going to be quick as they are pushing people out of here. Georgetown wins 92 to 58. They were led by Primo Spears and his 21 points. Brandon Murray had 19. Troops Wahab had 18, and Jordan Riley came off the bench for 11. I found it interesting that Riley, who had his minutes very limited in game one, came out, was first guy off the bench in game two. He did provide something in game one in the Coppin State game, even though it was in such limited time. He didn't come in until overtime. Obviously, he made an impression on Patrick Ewing because Ewing went with him first off the bench. But a lot of it was efficiency. After Georgetown got off to a slow start, they were committed the entire game to get the ball in the Cootis. But what they did was they stopped turning the ball over. 10 turnovers in the first half, one turnover in the second half. Being able to get the ball inside also helped the Hoyas shoot. Let's see. They were 62.3% for the game from the field, and Patrick Stevens told me that might think he said that is the highest in the Patrick Ewing era. But it wasn't just Kudus inside the lane. It was Primo Spears getting inside the lane, 2 feet in the lane, Brandon Murray too. I think today you saw where Brandon Murray can be a three-level scorer on this platform here for Georgetown. So on the one hand, you can sit around and say, well, Georgetown's supposed to be the team like this in this sort of fashion. But on the other hand, it is a step forward because we didn't know what was going to happen coming into the season. Everyone knew about last season. In fact, Patrick Ewing, I felt like during the post-game press conference, was kind of nice and trying to say, let's turn the page on of last season and concentrate on the new season. He also had a lot of praise for Murray, who came into the press conference with what looked like a wrestling belt. He was the Hoya player of the game, and certainly he showed that off. But all three were extremely happy, and Ewing talked about how they took care of the ball. That helped him out a lot, how Kudus was very, very impactful today, and he was, from a schematic point of view, a lot of times I like to talk about what's going on out there, but it was simple. They made a commitment to getting Wahab isolated in the lane, in the paint. And Q took advantage of it today. He missed a couple early, but from the very beginning, he was demanding the ball vocally. He was yelling for the ball vocally. They kept feeding it. And as soon as he softened up the lane, then the guards were able to get into the lane. And then Georgetown, for the most part, and I know some of it went down at the end, for the most part, they were good from the three-point line because they took it when they had it. And as you'll notice, the numbers were low. They only attempted 14 threes. And like I said, some of that came late in the game. There are other guys who have impressed too. Bristol Jr., who impressed me in the first game with what he has, definitely showed that sort of spunk again today of doing the little things. And then he came and went 3 for 3 from the three-point line, hitting 2 corner jumpers, and then another one from the top of the key. Him and Jordan Riley are going to be big. And I asked Coach Ewing, didn't really get an answer, but they have an iron 7 guys that they play. And will someone make the impression on being that 8th guy? And he said that they realize that Murray and Spears can't play 40 minutes a game. And guys are going to have to step up. Denver England, on his first shot as a Hoya, scored on a little mid-range jumper. Very good shot. And the same for Dante Bass. He also got his first points as a Hoya on a little curl that ended up in the layup. So hopefully somewhere down the line, those guys play more. But as you can hear in the background, they are set up for the Wizards game. Georgetown wins here 92-58 over Green Bay. This is Mark Watson for MTC. Oh, one more thing. You'll see me again tomorrow. George Mason at American at 4 p.m. It's Mark Washington for MTC Media.